All right. Oh, need my camera on here. Let's make that happen real quick. There we go. All right. Good morning. Good morning. A little late start to the morning here. So let's jump into it. Actually, I think it's important that you guys see how fast we can get a trade off. Now we are trading the MES. We're starting with a new strategy, but I do think it's important that you can spend a little bit of time in the morning dialing in. So we're going to get our volume profile here. We see strong buyers coming in here in this little area. So this might have a little bit of a cinch back up to the center. So our 30-second, we need to find the pre-market lows and highs. We could say New York lows and highs. So we're trading the ES. We started a new strategy. You will find this in my YouTube channel. So we're doing something for fun, man. Yeah, baby. We're doing something for fun. All right. Pre-market low, pre-market high. We try to break through the high. We see we're coming back into the range so we can go short. I don't really love this. I'm not a big fan. This area is a good area for support right here, but it is the point of control. So it's also going to act like a little bit of a magnet. And we could probably take, here, put a stop right outside. Let me just buy 5 real fast. There we go. Stop loss, we'll put it right here, right outside this little hump here. And then our take profit could probably be 50%. See how messy this is? This is what I was talking about earlier when it's really fuzzy. I like the NQ better for trading this because it's a little bit more detailed. But all in all, it's pretty solid. So let's just have a quick look here. We'll do maybe a 50% retracement back up. I think that would be fair. Where does that put us at? That puts us at 74450 right there. So that's what we'll do. It's about a 2-to-1, a little less than a 2-to-1. That's it. That's all I would do in the morning. I'd be gone. That's it. But in the meantime, we started a new strategy. So what you guys will see on the YouTube, we pulled out two new strategies out of a hat. I don't know if you can see those that well. But this one is a failed breakout reversal, and then this one is an inside bar breakout. Now, I had to pick strategies that I'm unfamiliar with, that I haven't back tested before. Hold on one second. I'm going to just be real quick. Oh, sorry about that. All right. 2 strategies that I haven't messed with before. Now, when I say mess with, I mean actually back test. The big thing about starting a new strategy is that I thought, man, a lot of you guys might not have strategies. I mean, I know some of you are my buddies watching this, and you guys have traded stuff before, ICT and whatnot. But I've come to learn it has nothing really to do with your strategy too much. It's all psychology and how disciplined you are, and really you can find edge in almost anything. So I decided to pull a couple randoms out of the hat, stuff I'm not familiar with. So I'm familiar with like auction market theory. I back tested that. I'm familiar with my own price action strategies, like 2-bar breaks and other things. But these just happened. I mean, I had volume. I had like volume footprint in the hat. I had all kinds of different trading strategies, even ICT, because I haven't messed with ICT too much. I had all these trading strategies in the hat, and I couldn't figure out. I thought I was going to get something more complicated. That's what I'm trying to say, and we didn't. We ended up getting a couple of price action strategies. I'm like, shoot, I can do some price action strategies. So, just so you know, I have this book by Al Brooks. Now, I have not gotten past page like 26 because this book is dense as heck over the last like 4 years. But I thought, man, he talks a lot about inside bars, and I figured, well, shoot, I have the do a little research. I haven't even looked at this book yet, but let's have a little peek. Let me see if I can actually pull up the back testing data. This is 1 month of back testing data, just doing inside bars, and I'm going to share everything with you guys in a second. By the way, we did get a little pop here. We might get something good. Might get something decent on this run here. But yeah, it's gonna be hard pressed. This should chop around for a while after a big run in the morning. But yeah, let's have a little peek here. So let me see if this changes. Does this change this? Okay, do we see that? We do see that. Excellent. So this is our stats from 1 month of backtesting just inside bars. So inside bars have, we see 153 trades, 1.65 profit factor. We needed above 1.5, and I think this number is probably a little higher. It's probably like 1.75. I accidentally have like a slew of at post-market trades that aren't going to work as well, especially post-market. So yeah. So average win to loss is 1.09, and day winning percentage is 80%. Now, we did size up on the account because every time I doubled the account, I sized up. So, yeah. So our multiple is very low. It's very hard to execute. That's the only thing. It's going to be extremely hard to execute. That's why we had to do ES. So let's have an example of an inside bar. This, for example, is an inside bar right here. So let's actually start trading this strategy. Right here, we need to put a sell. We're going to sell 10 here. Now the idea is that we measure, this doesn't come out right. We measure this as a 1-to-1, and we're going to put our stop right here, 950 by 10 MES here. So this is our scalp. We buy 1 tick above the inside bar. So this is the inside bar down, and we're selling actually, but this is the inside bar. The bar is encompassed by this bar. And then we look for 1 tick below here, 1 tick below. That's our entry, and then our stop is going to be behind the second inside bar. Or if this bar gets a little lower than the first inside bar, then that's what we do there. So we let it go, let it wrap. Yeah, that's how we've been doing it. So another example of this would have been this one. For example, this is your big extension bar. Here's an inside bar. It's inside of this big bar from wick to wick. Oh, about to sneeze, excuse me. And then we would buy the break of the third bar. So this is the break. So our long position would have been right here. Our stop would be 1 tick below this. And then our extension, this is what I've been doing. Our extension is going to be, we measure this bar here. We measure it from wick to wick, the halfway point. So see how that's the halfway point here. And that's what we take for profit. So that's at roughly 544.50. That's 544.50. And there you go. There's your inside bar play there. So when I back tested it, I had no context. I didn't do any like we're in the pre-market range, we're in an uptrend, we're in a downtrend, below an EMA. It's purely just oh my goodness, I can't get my words together this morning. It's purely just price action, and that's it. It's pure price action. So we'll see what happens. Also, if the fourth bar closes below this wick, the fourth bar is red and it closes below, that's also a take. So there's a couple different ways that we've been playing this. So cheers, good morning. Yeah, I was sleeping too good. I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and had a gnarly dream. I had a dream that I don't know, some kind of alien race was like, whatever, they throw me amongst these like warriors, and I don't know. Long story short, I ended up in prison somehow. And I was just trying to escape prison all night. And that's life. That symbolizes life. Using the charts to try and escape prison. All right. So the point of control pop, one tick halfway. We would have probably got stopped out of this buy limit. But I'm just trading this new strategy live because we got to see how well we can execute it. I have, what is it, Wednesday today. Oh, we got a few more days. So, yeah, so the data is pretty good, though. I was actually pretty surprised that it's so good. And I think why people don't trade this as well is because it's hard to trade. So, it's just tough to trade. Bottom line, this shouldn't have been an inside bar. Boom, 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 boom. And there's your entry. And then your stop would have been roughly right here. Yeah, I don't know. These markers don't look like they're accurate. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I was hoping to show you guys a couple. I mean, I could still show you some examples, but that's interesting. Not bad, though. I mean, 1 month of trading. It's pretty solid. All right, we almost got our, we should have got our entry. Oh, we did get our entry. So now the stop loss goes up here. 0.25. Perfect. 0.25. And then our take profit is right there. So you notice that there's a much bigger, stop than there is a buy. And that's just a part of the game. The R multiple is actually very, very low. So you're usually going to risk, I wouldn't say usually, sometimes you get nice tight stopped wicks. But yeah, in general, that's that. So here's our inside bar, which, I mean, technically we can call it, if this was any higher, I wouldn't take it as an inside bar. If it was 1 tick higher, it would disqualify. I don't have the data. We're going to get the data over the next few days of, like, in this context, how much is this win and what R multiple? And under this context, I have to measure, for example, let's say we have our extension bar. Let's say we measure it. Let's say it's above the halfway point of the wick. What if it's at the halfway point or below the wick? What percentage chance does it work more than the one that's above? When a secondary bar is, the wick hasn't gone halfway of this bar. Let's just say the wick, it only went right here to here. What's the percentage chance that ends up working better and then below? All of these things could be data sets that you could compile, and that's going to help you build your edge. Yeah, so in general, that's how you do it. Oh, might get a little tapper here. We'll see. Since this is the ES, oh, that should have been a stop now. There we go. All right, we got to fill. Cool. So for this example, I'm still going to keep this up. We're actually probably going to be trading that MNQ on this left side, showing levels. We could do 2 strategies at once. All right. See how much more detailed this looks? How much nicer it looks? Big difference. Big difference. This does not look good to go long in yet. This is the only area where it looks decent to go short. And everything else doesn't look good. That's basically it. All right, so we got our first inside bar play on the market, which is cool. Oh, I think I hear little ears. What's that? What are you doing? You doing good? Yeah. You got up early, huh? you go lay in bed with Mama?
Well, I got enough sleep.
You got enough sleep?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come look at the charts with Dad.
Yeah.
All right. Oh. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Excuse me. So this is the 5 minute. We have another inside bar. I mean, kind of a. This could have an inside bar, is what I mean to say. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Now, for auction market theory, over here on the left side, this would be considered a low volume node, an area of support. But because of the shape of it, I don't necessarily like it. It could go back up, but it's not going to have as hard of a reaction, as quick of a reaction as some of these cold shoulders will. Notice how these reactions are almost instantaneous, they are aggressive. So these kind of U-shaped corners aren't really as solid. They're not really as promising. So all right. All right, let me see. Something's up with the stream a little bit. Oddly. Let me see here. Ooh. There we go. All right, let's see if that helps out a little bit. All right, seeing the inside bar forming here. All right. All right, so that bar is now becoming not an inside bar. This did scoop all the way back up to point of control. Yep. Larger than an inside bar, so this now broke and is no longer qualifies as being an inside bar. So this could be its own engulfing, like its own measurement for an inside bar. Now, you either gotta stay back pop or you gotta hightail it. And we kick back and wait. $7.50 already. Man, I had a late start. Might have to spend a tiny bit of extra time here on the charts. All right. So what I haven't done is I haven't tested the 1 minute. 1 minute could also be viable. That's what I'm going to test next, because the idea is we shouldn't have to trade for more than an hour every morning. So if I could find some inside bars, like, let me see here, this is 6:30. Yeah, none of these would have been inside bars. Yeah, real tricky. Yeah, none of these would have worked. This one would have worked right here. So entry would have been right here. Entry would have been right here. Boom. on this open. Literally on this open, you just take one tick up. Stop would have been one tick below this bar. Profit target would have been here. And measurement would have been there. 741.25. There you go. All right, we have an inside bar here. Oh, that was a break. That should have been our entry in the 1 minute. Let me see where the measurement's at. Almost got it. We'll still get into this because let's try trading it. Here, Pop, you gotta put your hands down, dude. Thank you. All right, we're gonna trade that. We should have got in already. I should just give me 10. There we go. Stop loss is gonna be right below this tick. So we'll just try trading the 1 minute for a while. And I haven't really done it. So we'll see how well I can execute this. So this is our main bar, inside bar on that. This was the break, so we should have been in up here. The stop would have been really steep. See how it works. I'm assuming the 1 minute's going to be a lot trickier. I just don't know about the data. I don't know about the hit rate. I don't know about any of that. Let me check the 5 minute. We probably could do a 1 minute, 5 minute, honestly. That might be a way to do it. It's going to be a lot, though. This would be an inside bar on the green. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. Let's go all the way. So the reason why I'm not doing the NASDAQ is because the NASDAQ is thinner. The market's thinner. The chain's not as thick. So we can get a lot more wicks and wicked out and stopped out and stuff. Whereas the ES is a little thicker of a chain. So it should work better. It should be more consistent, have higher hit rates. Here's our 1 minute. This is another possible inside bar here. Well, actually, let's see. That's our inside. Yeah, that's our break. So this is another inside. So we would put another buy order here. Right here. All right, if I hit confirm, what's that going to do for me? Okay. So what I've also noticed is after like, let's say like 4 or 5 more bars, this doesn't work as good anymore. Like the amount of percentage chance that it works, it goes way down. So that's something to consider, something to back test. It's flirting with us. This would be something where your executions could be done with an algorithm, and that would probably be the best. To do this live, so far I'm doing okay with execution, but I could imagine how some of this execution would be really tough. Got filled for the second one. We're risking $250 to make $125. Not a good risk to reward. See that pop? We wanted to hit right here. Boom. So we got 230 left on the 5. We'll see if this actually comes back in and forms an inside bar or not. Yeah, I would assume that this fails based on my back testing on how many bars. Whoops, that's all right. That's all right. Who knows? This could go either way. So this is scalping legitimately. Yeah, this is pure price action scalping, and this is stuff that I didn't necessarily want to do when I was first trading. I tried to learn it, but yeah, it's a tough. But after you trade some order flow stuff, when you trade in the footprint, when you trade in like the book map, this becomes a lot easier to digest. Almost got our TP on that. We have 1 minute left in this red bar. I don't want the piano on, okay, Pop? Not this morning. Thank you though. After the stream, you can, okay? You wanna go hang out with Mom? Oh, we gotta take. Oh wow, look at that, filled, perfect. Make sure you close the door, Pop. Family, see? They're usually not up this early. Usually it gets up like 8:30. So maybe even 9:30 sometimes. Okay. So 3 winners on the morning. And that's the interesting thing about this strat is that the win percentage is actually up in this. It says 60. This is not 60. It's up to like 70. One of these, I think I lost like 9 trades in a row on a PM, or maybe even like 12 trades in a row on a PM. Knocked my percentage down quite a bit. Yeah, but even with that, I mean, it's pretty crazy. The profit factor is pretty high with this, which is cool. So we hit 3 back-to-back trades. We're not taking anything into consideration. We're not taking any other data into consideration. So we do have an inside bar here. So this needs to be another buy right here. So here's the extension. Here's the inside. It's inside of this main bar in the wick. And then if we get 1 tick above this, we enter long, and then our take profit will be measured 1-to-1 off from wick to body. So we are going to put our take profit right up here at 4325 if this ends up going through. So this is what it's going to look like. And that's pretty much it. Our stop will be right below this wick unless this wick's down and then comes back up. It'll be below this wick. So that's how we're trying to figure out. This is our scalping strategy for the inside bar. So I'm actually happy that I got price action. I pulled out of the hat instead of like volume or something like that, because that would have actually been very rough. That would have been very rough. So yeah. All right. Make sure my stream's running well. It's giving me messages that it's not. Almost got our entry. We're in. I'm gonna move my take profit fast. All right, stop loss right down there. We're 54325. Right there. There's our take profit. So a little better than a 1-to-1 here. Yes, sir. You good? Okay. Give me 1 second, okay? That stream looks good to me. All right, I'll be back. It's either this is going to work or it's not going to work. And yeah, give me 1 second, guys. Well, this looks like it's working, huh? Yeah. You get you your own share, dude. Have to do that. All right. Oh, you're gonna be on this side. Okay. That cool?
Okay.
All right. Almost got our take profit here. So yeah, our stop stays even if it comes back and wicks. No break even here. And that's another thing to test, right? Is break even better if we go more than halfway on take profit? Would that be more profitable? All these little nuances that you could do with price action, and it just either adds or detracts from your edge, but you need the data to do it. So yeah. I think when Al Brooks scalps, he takes like a portion of the bar. So he'll do like, he only scalps 2 points, which is crazy. So like 1, 2. So he would have only gotten 2 points off that bar, but his hit rate's like something ridiculous. It's like 90% or something like that. See if we can get this TP. This is an inside buy, by the way. I should be in for one more. Should have been in for one more. So on the 1 minute, we should be in for one more here. Right here. And take the measurement up. If that makes any sense, right up to there. So we probably could get in for one more if I can get a decent fill here. I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, whatever. Let's just do it. We're practicing, right? I'll maybe average it out if it gets lower than this. This is our stop loss. So extension bar, inside bar, break. One tick above this. This is where the break is. And that's the take profit because we measure the bar right there. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. All like that. Real quick. I'm probably going to buy another. If this comes down, I'm going to buy another 10 here. Let's see if I can get that little limit order here. There we go. So we're in for 20 now. Or 15. Is this 15? That's fine. That's a fine average. Risking 193 to make 143. Got a little bit of lag here. There we go. All right, this could be our next inside bar here on the 5 minute. So inside bar break on the 1 minute, inside bar possible on the 5. Stop is 1 tick below here. So again, I have not traded the 1 minute yet, so I'm curious to see how it does. We've already gotten a couple winners, so this might break even, make us break even. 1 minute's next though, because if we're only committing an hour, I would prefer to trade the 1 minute. 1 minute 3 bar breaks. And that would honestly, on those big morning candles, they would probably work pretty good. Although I did not see any besides this one here. Any 3 bar breaks besides that. Yeah, that's pretty much the only one. Here's one right here. That's a break. Boom, boom, boom. There's another one. That's a good take. That's a winner. So winner, winner. That's a winner as well. Yeah. All right, let's see if we get a little hit here. Little hitter. Little hitter. Maybe, maybe. There it is. Okay. This is scalping and its finest. This is just the inside three inside bar break. That's it. Just doing inside bar break. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I don't know how many trades we've taken, but yeah. So the cool thing about this is I don't like using more than a few contracts, but when we're doing this, we can have 10 to 20 contracts and it still be fine. 20 is a little too much for the swings, but I've learned because you end up drawing down like 3,500. So on a small account, it's not great. But other than that, inside bar break scalping has been pretty solid. I'm actually really digging it. I'm happy that it is this instead of something else, man, because this could be a heck of a lot worse. Getting some extension off this. Oh man, Donkey's looking at you guys, dude. Better watch out. Better watch out. We're going to put more, probably about another 25 minutes of trading here, and then we're going to bounce off. I have a lot of video editing to do. Too much. Too much. Too much.
No more.
No more. Ooh, this is a 2-bar break with extension. So for our other strategy, this would actually be a take. That would actually be a 2-to-1. So we could, this would be a take for the other strat. I wouldn't do 10, but we can buy in for maybe 1. Nah, I don't want to do that. So the profit target would be roughly here. We're going to stick with one strategy today, but this would definitely be a take on our strategy coming back up to 7,556. That would be the profit target. So we should see some inside bars in this grip. So this would be our profit target right here, 7,556, which is basically these highs. So we have an inside bar here. Where's our timer? I need the clock. 15 seconds left on this timer. We're going to get ready to put one order right here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. This is where it gets tough. 2, 1. Why is it not placing? Why did it not place? Thank you. Is that one tick below? That's one tick above. Okay. So that would be our inside bar. The measurement would be not even qualify. So this actually wouldn't qualify as an inside bar. We need to cut that one off. So because this halfway point here doesn't meet above this, it wouldn't count as an inside. It's probably still going to go up, but it just doesn't qualify. That's what's going to be tough about execution. That's probably the biggest difficulty about execution here. A little outside this bar. Doesn't qualify as an inside bar. Oh, my face is not on here. Oh my goodness. Whoopsie. Yeah, this could definitely work though. This could definitely work its way up to 7,557. That's a definite maybe. Should get some inside bars through here though. This thing looks like it's getting ready to wedge. See how tight that is, how stiff that is. Big extension. That's what it looks like it's getting ready for. If this holds, big extension. .30 seconds left in this 1 minute. We're going to get ready to take a 1 point take here. 20 seconds left. Ten. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, that doesn't count. Nope, doesn't count. That would have been a blunder. Why is that not working? Maybe because I've already passed it up? I don't know. It's not fantastic. Really stiff here. I mean, this could just be an easy buy here, in my opinion. Take profit could probably be measured on these two initially. So roughly 6 bars off the top, I'm going to guess. Yeah, my stop could be probably right here below these two. Very tight. This is not part of the strat. This is just me taking a pull here, which is not great, but it's a, we should probably just record data, but let's do it. Inside bar. There's the break. There is our actual entry for another one. Our take profit should be roughly right there. So we should be in for another take profit roughly right here. There's the sell. Is this going to be inside bar? We'll find out. Other stop should be right here on the second one. Careful. Whoa, 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 whoa. About another 18 minutes here. I'm going to pop off. Got our one fill here, so we get rid of that stop. There's our extension bar I'm talking about. I would probably honestly clap it on that extension bar for the second. I just wanted to get a piece of that extension. So we have an inside bar here, possible inside bar. So we get ready for another pull here. So when I have my buy limit, I want to kind of already have it on board. I want to be able to just drag it quickly. That might be the move instead of trying to like right click. I would prefer to do like a one-click entry if that was possible. That would be sick. So our take profit, let's just have this in already, is going to be roughly 55625. 55625. All right, let's get one tick above here. 55625 is going to be our sell. All right, so if we get above here, one tick above, we're going to enter long. Stop would be one tick below the second bar, which is down here. Patience. Patience. All right, this will be our stop loss down here if we get filled. So this is no longer valid. What we want next is we want, if this bar goes green and closes above here, we can take. But now this inside bar has been invalidated. So I can get rid of this too. That initial 2-bar break, so just so you guys can see, 2-bar break right here. It's a big, that's a thick line right there. My goodness, 4 pixels. So 1 to 1, 2 bar break, increase volume 1 to 1. Right there, 55675. That's your 2 bar break deal, Leo. There. It's working really well in a good strong uptrend. Well, I shouldn't say good strong uptrend. It's not a great uptrend, but 4 seconds left in this candle. We close green above this candle. We're gonna get in long, so I'm on my finger on the trigger. Did not happen, so now we wait. Inside bar on this one. I guess I think I rolled that it can't be the inside bar of another inside bar, but this is possible. Yeah, I'm not going to take that though. How much time we got left on the stream? What do we got? Whoa. 12 more minutes. This looks strong for the longs. Full port. 40 contracts. Oh. Oh, right.
Daddy,
Yo.
that's peanut butter.
Yes, you can.
And Mom said I can't have a popsicle.
You sure?
Or peanut butter.
Okay. That's what she said. Got about 10 more minutes, okay?
And I'm doing a sweep.
Inside bar here on the 5. Possible.
But I don't enough sweep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is pretty much going to be it. I do think we are going to get a little bit of some range here. So I don't think this extension is going to work here. On the 1 minute, it might work on the way down. We might get some extension bars down. But I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I think that's pretty solid. Got a few good trades on the morning. Yeah. This one, if we don't count our volume profile trade, and I think this was a hiccup here because we were in the wrong trade. If we don't count those two, I think we had 100% win rate on the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is really solid. Which lines up about $100 expectancy on the trades. We could do 10 contracts, 10. I should just trade minis, honestly. Just the ES. That way I could just do one contract instead of. I wonder if the commissions are better. Put a take profit right there. I wonder if the commissions are better here. I just want to see. I forget. I don't remember. No, commissions are the same. Okay. Well, that makes sense. All right, y'all. Hope you have a good morning. We're going to be signing off. And yeah, catch us as we continue to develop this new strategy from scratch. Peace.